Hey, Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the app today. When one thinks of Italy, they can't help but think of the fashion, the culture, the food, the storied history, and of course, the shopping.
Guess what? There's a new Italian lingerie brand who recently partnered up with Jennifer Lopez that is making gorgeous fabrics, colorful silks, and delicate lace.
I gifted my sister and my nieces Intimissimi, and they absolutely love this stuff. My sister said it's the most beautiful she's ever felt while being comfortable, which, hey, I mean, that's saying something. It's very rare that beauty and comfort intertwine, but the name can be a bit challenging. Intimacy, Intermississippi. No, it's Intimissimi, the art of Italian lingerie.
Check it out at intimissimi.com/JLo.
We've been flying around a lot, and one of the best ways to pass the time is to play a game on my phone.
That's absolutely right, and Love and Pies is the perfect candidate for the job.
It's one of the most fun games we've played, and we're both playing it right next to each other on the plane.
I know, so we're all into it, and right now, for a limited time, you can check out the brand new Lake Pass event on Love and Pies.
The Lake Pass event takes the fun to a whole nother level. It's a brand new limited time event, and it's available for all players of Love and Pies.
There's been a bizarre flood at an old warehouse in part of town is underwater, and it's up to you to discover how it happened and who may be behind it.
Go play the Lake Pass event over at Love and Pies by Trail Mix Games. Trail Mix Games creates games that are snackable and nourishing to the heart.
For a tasty mix of love and drama, download Love and Pies for free today and check out the Lake Pass event available now through May 7th.
That's Love and Pies, free to download in the App Store or Google Play.
When there's so much that happens. Watch what happens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that happens?
Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast for all that crap we love to talk about on Yo Bros. I'm Ronnie. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show, and let's please welcome gorgeous, talented, thin, and handsome, still has hair and a soul, Ben Mandelker. Hello, Ben.
Not sure about either of those two things because I definitely just saw a photo of myself in the back, and it looks like, you know how like monkey butts, sort of like those two little circles or whatever. That's what's going on in the back of my head right now. But you know what? I don't have to look at it, so I'm
wow.
fine.
So you have the infamous male monkey butt, male pattern baldness. That's crazy.
I've got monkey butt. Yeah, I've got monkey butt up there, and it's like really you can really see it because my hair is long right now. I've gone like a month without a haircut. I'm actually getting a haircut after this podcast recording sesh, and I am so excited. But you know, when my hair grows long, you can really see like because obviously there's areas that haven't grown long.
Okay,
so,
listen, just
life.
go with the compliment. You're talking to a bald person. Also, while we're hating on ourselves before we start the show, for those of you who are on Crappens On Demand, this is an extra Crappens On Demand because we gave the bonus away for free this week. So everybody's, on demand. We love
it's
you.
It's actually an extra because I put Girls Trip up as our bonus, but it's fun. Just more the merrier,
cool.
You know?
Yeah, that's great. Okay,
I forgot to tell you.
A lot of us.
Surprise!
Well, yeah, a lot of this face. So I have to apologize to everyone watching on video. I just went and got my face microneedled to fuck. Okay, I look like raw meat. I can't even believe I was trying to figure out a way to put an animated face instead of my face. Look at me. I look like
we don't have to
somebody
do this
just
one on
beat
video.
the shit out of me. Yeah, so why not? We're gonna have to do the next one on video.
It's true.
So
you know what? You don't. By the way, you don't look like you. You look lovely and hot as usual, Ronnie. So you're always so hard on yourself.
I'm not being hard on myself. I'm being hard on the lady at the esthetician place who beat the shit out of me. I mean, who does this to a person? I paid her. I tipped her. I had no idea what I looked like until I just got on this call with you, and I'm horrified. I look like hamburger meat, and I don't even eat that.
No, you don't. You don't.
All right,
you
everybody.
just look like you're tan a little bit.
Well, in a week, I'm going to look gorgeous as hell. So everybody.
You're all beautiful.
I love you.
I love you. I love you.
It was a fun self-hate session, wasn't it? God, it's good to have a best friend. So everybody, welcome to the show today. Today is the return of Below Deck Sailing Yacht. Super exciting because guess what? Unlike some other Below Decks that seem to have given up, hi, all of you. That's who I'm talking to, the entire class of Below Decks. This show has not given up at all. It's coming back stronger than ever. I mean, I don't know who's casting this or what the fuck they're doing, but it's going to be amazing. I already can tell it's going to be great.
Oh my goodness.
What did you think, Ben?
Yes. Like nothing happened this episode, and I was just into it because this is the only Below Deck of all time where they've really found a core 4 people. Like normally you have 2 people that stay over, maybe 3. Like there was a long run of Kate, Ben, and Captain Lee. And we had, obviously we had Hannah and Sandy for many years where we have these duos, whatever, but we have Daisy and Gary and Colin and Glenn, and they actually have such amazing chemistry as on a TV show that like I'm actually excited to go back into it. Like this is the Below Deck, the only Below Deck I feel like has that energy of like, I'm not saying like Real Housewives, but the sense of like a cast you go back to because it's like, oh my God, it's my favorites,
Well, you know who else is back? The boat, because this boat has been on every season, and I think this is Captain Glenn's boat, right? Isn't this like his boat?
No, it's not. I think he's just been hired on this boat since forever. I feel like, what else is back? The ghost of Paget and Sierra really fucking up this boat. Do you remember Paget and Sierra from season 1?
Oh,
they were like the strange caretakers that came with the boat.
Those nasty brother-sister fuckers. Like the brother and sister that were fucking. Well, they weren't technically brothers and sisters, but she's like, yeah, we basically adopted Paget. Was that his name?
Yeah. He worked for like her family when she was like 13 or something.
Yeah, she's like, he came to work on our boat when I was like, in junior high or something. And I was like, that perv. Yeah. And then what was it? His name was Paget. What was her name?
Paget. Hers was Sierra. They just were strange.
Real weird.
Real weird. They had a real salt water in the engine energy,
Truly. They had a truly, this is going to take at least 14 days to fix kind of an energy. All right, everybody. So welcome back to the show. Here's where we are going next week. We're super excited. We need to get our webmaster to update this site.
Who would that be? Sorry. I actually was going to do it last night and I totally forgot. I played board games instead. Mea culpa, okay?
I watched Succession. Guess what? Now I have depression. I have Succession depression. Okay, so here's what's coming up next week. On the 21st, we are going to be in Toronto. Super excited. Royal Theatre, sold out. Thank you guys for selling that out. And then the next night, the 22nd, we're back in America, in Philadelphia, one of America's original cities, I think.
Yeah, there's a bell.
We're super excited. And we're going to be doing that the 22nd. Okay. Then in May, we're going to be in New York City.
Another very original American city, I'd like to add.
Truly. We're going to be in New York City on May 11th. Then the 13th, we're going to Washington, D.C.
Oh, and that's classic American right there.
Classic America. Okay, now we're going to get to some newer cities. Y'all ready? Yeah. We're going to be in San Diego, St. Paul, Chicago, Columbus, Boston, and Mashantucket, Connecticut, which is the Foxwoods Casino. We're going to do all of that in June. So go get your tickets because this shit's almost over. I can't believe it.
I know. It's crazy.
It's is
crazy. I am so excited to go to Toronto, by the way, because you've never been to Toronto, right?
No, I've been to Vancouver and Montreal.
Toronto is just so great. I love Toronto, and I'm just like really excited that we're going to go there and we're gonna party and do it up.
Yeah, because that's where they film a lot of TV shows, right? So I want to see like Harry Hamlin or Patricia Arquette. I just feel like Patricia Arquette will be there for something, and I want to see her because I love her.
There's a Harry Hamlin and Patricia Arquette statue right below the CN Tower, and you can take photos with it, just so you know. It's just to make Americans feel a little bit more at home.
Okay, well, we're obviously in a kooky mood today. Love it. Let's get on with this recap, shall we? Let me get this stupid schedule out of my way. And now let me bring up my notes. Yes!
Soon to be up-to-date schedule.
Yeah, soon to be. Or else. So let's see. Could you imagine? Okay, Below Deck Sailing Yacht. This episode is season 4, episode 1. It's called Parsifal. Dun, dun, dun. Very good title.
Such a good name.
Really good.
Yeah, we have to say, like we were saying beforehand, like that is, it's hard to top that. It's just so good. Whoever came up with that,
it's like me. It's hard to top. So we have. Well, so they've tried. So we've got some guitar music because we're in Sardinia, and the captain's like, "I've been, with Parsifal for 13 years, and she's had a lot of problems, but she's never let me down." Really?
You literally crashed her 2 years ago, and you ran aground last year.
I know. I'll bet she's not saying the same thing about you.
She's ready to retire. She's ready to Richard Simmons this out. She's like, you know what? Just you know what? I'm gonna just go away somewhere, and you can make a podcast about me, but I'm no longer doing this.
Whatever happened to that guy? Did they ever sue the guy who made that podcast? They totally should have sued his ass, Richard Simmons. Can a man just get fat in obscurity? Like, why?
Maybe someone doesn't want to maintain their perm anymore. Okay, just let him be.
We all have a right to disappear, sir.
It's sort of like a trailer right now. It's not a trailer, but it's like they take parts of the trailer, but they take parts of the trailer, but then it's also like, hey, introducing people, So there's trailerish stuff, and Glenn says, "My expectation for the crew is higher every season. We always take it up another notch. And if you're not doing that, you're not doing your job." I'm like, I love how he says this stuff. And then they always show like an extended montage of people falling out of beds and bonking their heads and falling downstairs.
Yeah.
It's like the slapstick. It's like Keystone Cops on a boat or something.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, we're going to take it up a notch. And then we hear someone go, "We need more ice." I'm like, oh my God, you really are. You're putting ice in drinks now? Whoa. You are. This is too classy for me. Also, they're like, don't worry, it's not too much straightness, people, okay? Because then we cut to a guy going, "I haven't bent over this much in a long time," as the boat's like rocking and stuff.
That's the boat's effort to shake everyone off of it. The boat's like, "Come on, we can do this.
Yeah.
Get off me."
So then Daisy's like, "I don't feel like I'm Chief Stew anymore. I feel like I'm a life skills coach at this point." Really? You fucked Gary. So I don't think anybody is going to accuse you of being a life skills coach. Damn.
And then it's like, you see the girls walking through like a room with plates on their hands, and she's like, "No, start from the top. Start from the top." It's like, oh, that's a great life skill right there, holding plates in a room.
I like that Daisy has begun to kind of morph into dance moms. From the top, do it again. I want to see it again, you bunch of amateurs.
Speaking of dance moms, Bravo just announced earlier this week a new show called, I think it's not Dance Mom, but I forget what it is, but it's basically like Game of Crowns, but with dancing. It's basically middle-aged women doing ballroom dancing and competing against each other.
Do you know what happened when I saw that preview? I died. Okay, I flatlined. And then I went up to heaven, and God was like, "No, I sent this show to Earth for you." And I was like, that is so nice. And then I came back
out
to
of
Earth
nowhere
and watched the preview 3 times. What is that show? It looks fucking amazing.
I don't know. It came out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. And there's like a lady there's like accents too. There's dancing. There's like high-strung ballroom coaches.
Like a big
you do not
lady
believe
with
me.
There's like a bigger lady with blonde, like really short hair that's like this ballroom dancer. And she's like, "I win at everything and I'm not winning at this and I just can't." And then one lady who looks like Amy Sedaris is like, "Oh,
yes.
Doesn't she look just like Amy
The entire time,
Sedaris?"
I was going to say that she looks so much like Amy Sedaris.
She's like, "We pay hot men to dance with us and I have no regrets," or whatever. And then they're like, "We're friends and we don't have any problem fucking each other over to get the best dance partner." I was like, what? And it takes place in like Kansas City or like, some little place in Kansas. Kansas City actually would give it a lot more flavor. We've been there. But you know what I mean? Like some little small town somewhere. I'm like, what is this? When is this? Put it into my veins already. I can't wait for this.
I want it to take place in Rhode Island. I just want it to be just the sequel to Game of Crowns, because we've always talked about you cannot see Game of Crowns anywhere. They don't have it on Peacock. They don't have it. At least I haven't looked recently. Game of Crowns was basically the same kind of show except with pageants. And it was like literally, people don't realize how amazing Game of Crowns was. Like, no one talks about it. There are no nostalgia posts. There's no like whatever happened to Game of Crowns was unhinged. One of the most unhinged Bravo shows. There was like death threats on it, murder threats. It was releasing of doves. It was amazing. And I feel like this is like right in the same vein.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really good. And I don't care what's going on. We're recapping this show. I don't care what we have to cut. If Real Housewives of fucking Beverly Hills comes back, that's like the biggest show for us, at least, like for our ratings. Even if that comes back, I don't care. We're not recapping it. This show, we are recapping.
Let me tell you something. Care. Yep. You know what? If Summer House doesn't get it shit together, it's going to be whatever this dance show was. Dancing Queens, I think it's called.
Oh my God, I can't. We don't know the names, but we're still like so excited for it. So we're like the best show ever. Don't know the name. Coming on at some point somewhere. We'll take care of it.
And let's be honest, it'll be one season on Bravo and never heard from again.
This definitely has one season wonder energy for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna follow it forever. Okay, so back to this like little preview thing. So Daisy's like, all I do is just babysit. By the way, just a reminder to people who are new to our Below Deck recaps, we have terrible accents. We don't give a shit. We're just having fun. So if you're offended, call your mom. Okay, Gary is like, Gary's done. Gary. Yeah. There's something wrong on the boat. What? Oh, look at me. It's Gary on the boat. I'd watch myself and how I acted, and I'd say, whoa, cringe, Gary. Cringe.
I don't even have any game. I just do something and people fall for it. And look, I'm in the water.
Colin is a free man this season. He does not have a girlfriend for the first season ever. So he's not going to be able to just sit in the hot tub and stir shit between everybody else this season. Gary is going to do something with somebody someplace.
Yeah. And Colin's like, yeah, this is the first season that I'm going to be single. I haven't been single in very long. And, it was a tough breakup. And, all right, let's meet the cook now. Let's meet the cook. All right, well, plenty of seasons for me to tell my breakup story.
They don't even let him finish his breakup story. And then we meet Alicia, but it's spelled Ileisha, which means she's an Aussie, right?
Alicia? Alicia? People describe me as energetic, insensitive, and they just like cut to a close up of like a lobster, like about to get the knife through its head, and then she just runs away. And she goes, "But I'm a chef. I'm a little crazy, a crazy little lobster killing thing." You know what I'm saying?
To prove that, they show her sitting on the ground in a pink wig, almost like holding her knees, going ha 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 ha. And then we meet Lucy.
The lobster's like this. This is what kills me. This lady in the pink wig. This.
I deserve some respect and also a better dance partner. Dun, 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 dun.
Here's the thing about borscht. It's a very specific audience for that lobster.
So, Alicia is plucky, but guess what? Lucy is lucky. She's unlucky, actually. In fact, she was talking about luck so much, I thought her name was Lucky.
Well, no, because she said, in the beginning, she said, Lucky is my name. But then it was spelled Lucy. So I was about to be like, this idiot. Her name is spelled Lucy, but she's pronounced Lucky. But then later on, she says Lucy. So I wonder maybe, I don't know. I don't get it. There's a lot of things I don't get about her. But the way they introduced her was so amazing. When she says Lucky is my name, and they show her lying in bed, and there's like a plastic, like a plexiglass guard, so she doesn't fall out of bed. And she leans over and just like bops her head right on the plexiglass.
Yeah, she's not the sharpest tool in the shed, for sure. And she's like, my name is Lucky, and people would describe me as energetic. And then we see a shot of her on the ground. Oh, no, sorry. Lucky is my name, but I'm not very lucky. And then we see her hitting her head. And she's like, and I don't know why they call me Lucky. And then we see her falling out of bed.
Like literally, like I don't know how she's not in a full body cast by the end of the season. They show so many shots of her falling and bopping her head. Like it's clear that plexiglass guard on her bed, it's not there at the beginning of the season. They installed that clearly, because she fell out of bed too many times.
And she still
Let's be
falls
honest.
out. She still just falls out the hole of it, like the exit hole. So I love her already. And then we get this Chase guy. Now, we know we're going to hate Chase because he's got a goofy face. And, I'm not judging his face, but this is what comes out of it. He's like, people love me or they hate me. When people say that, I hate them. Like, if you're going to give me an option, I'm going to choose hate. That's just how it is. I'm pro-choice for everything, and I choose hate. Okay, that's what I choose.
Well, and also he looked way too much like that douchebag from Below Deck Adventure. But there were actually two really big douchebags on that show, and he looks like kind of both of them rolled up together. So immediately I was cringing. I was a little surprised by the end of the episode that I didn't like really hate him, but I was really expecting to. But then they also show him being terrible because he's like, people think I'm just like too high energy and extra, like maybe a little crazy. And they show them all like lined up for the guests, and he's like lying on the dock in a fetal position. And Gary's like, come on, get up. And I was like, I don't know what's going on with this guy.
He's wacky. That's his thing. Like, I'm the wacky guy. And he's like, yeah, love me or hate me. And then it cuts to him like holding a piece of equipment like his dick, like a big dick. And I'm like, yeah, I choose hate. So then we go to Madison, and Madison, oh my God, Madison's going to be trouble because she's going to annoy the fuck out of the audience. And I mean, our retelling of her, because her voice is so hilarious. I was actually practicing it, and now I'm fast forwarding through this so I can actually play it for you right now.
I don't remember her voice anymore.
You don't?
I actually detected a little bit of an accent as the episode went through. Did you notice that?
Okay, here it is. I hope you can hear this.
I feel like I have a bruise on my ass. I wouldn't be opposed to screwing the crew.
You didn't hear it?
I didn't hear it, but what I will say is also know that like her name is Madison, but you can just call her Mads.
Hi, I'm Mads.
I'm Mads.
So her voice is like, I'm Madison, but you can. I don't know how to do it, and I'll work on it before I give you all a headache. But it's like, it's kind of like, hi, I'm Madison, and I have a bruise on my ass. I wouldn't be opposed to screwing the crew, but like if we got some banner on, and then we cut to her making out with Gary on the van, and it's like, all you need to do is make me laugh, and we can have sex. I don't have high standards, guys. I was like, did they cast this person? This is my Wordle. This girl's accent is my Wordle. Okay, I'm going to work on it every morning until I get a high score.
I don't know if that's really how her voice sounds, but I'm fully committed to making it her. Like I will join you. Madison. She's like high pitched Dote, Kristen Dote.
I think they heard it on the regular recording, but not the video because of how I have all the things hooked in. So I won't play any more of it. I will just say, "Wow, what a voice!"
Madison.
Thank you to the Bravo gods for this one. What a puzzle.
She sort of has Grace Zabriskie face a little bit, which I appreciate.
Who's that again?
And Laura Palmer's mother in Twin Peaks.
If anybody doesn't know who that is, look it up.
Everyone has
hilarious.
Everyone has homework. You have to look at her face again, look for the Grace Zabriskie features, and then you have to listen to her voice. We're going to circle back to Mads.
That's some funny shit.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens come.
It's called Me Time for a reason, so working out should work on your time.
And you know how I love to work out is with Peloton. I'm a big Peloton person. I literally just broke a personal record 2 days ago. I'm so proud of myself. And the Peloton tread is so cool because it's pretty compact, even though it's like full size. And you get like a really great running or walking workout on it.
Work out when it works for you. Peloton works into your day, not the other way around. You don't have to clear your schedule to work out. And whether you have 20 minutes to squeeze in a scenic hike or just 10 minutes for a power walk, Peloton makes it easy to find the me time that you're craving.
It's so true. It's more than just a bike. It is that treadmill also. It's so fun, okay? It's not another boring stroll on a treadmill.
There are classes for every level. You could try a short scenic hike, a beginner boot camp, or even a power walk to country pop.
No matter where you're starting from, Peloton's expert instructors are there to guide you with contagious energy and supportive instruction to really take the guesswork out of working out.
Try Peloton Tread risk-free with the 30-day home trial. New members only, not available in remote locations. See additional terms at onepeloton.com/home-trial.
Hello there, podcast listeners. My name is Justin Long. I'm an actor, but I also have a podcast called Life is Short. I've been doing it for a couple years with my brother Christian. We've been having so much fun, in fact, that we decided to do another one, a spin-off show.
We should say what the name is, right?
Oh, yeah, it's called Life is Shorter.
It's a very important part of this promo.
And that's my brother. That's him. That's Christian. And he keeps me honest, and he is critical in a very positive way, I would say. He's a brother. He's my brother.
And I like to hit all the information. I like to hit all the points.
Yes.
And most important of which is the name of our spin-off podcast called Life is Shorter. It's a spin-off on Life is Short. So if you like puns and podcasts and brothers and us, then you might want to listen on Friday.
Yeah. If you'd like to hear more of this banter, check out Life is Shorter every Friday, wherever you're getting your podcasts, wherever you're listening to this.
Commercial.
So then we get to Alex. Now, Alex is the biggest conundrum because, wow, what a hottie. But there's something about him that's not as hot as you think. What do you think?
Agreed. He kind of
He's
like
hot, I think. But
he's
then there's-
hot, so there's an element about him that reminds me of Daniel Levy, and like if Daniel Levy were straight and had long
Really?
hair, I can sort of see some Daniel Levy in him. That's not a criticism or anything. I'm just like since we're doing celebrity comparisons, like I can sort of see that. But he feels I'm getting such big douche from him, like that the hair and then the sort of like reserve. I'm like, I don't trust it. I do not trust this person
you
right now.
get Dan Levy from this face. This
no,
face
I was
right
not-
here that I'm
no,
showing
not
right now on the screen.
not from. No, this is a terrible.
Do you know what
example.
I
Can you
get
go-
from this face? Boner. That's what I get. An actual bone. This guy is so cute.
Could you please scrub through a little bit more so we can support my thesis a little bit, because this is.
Oh, here he is sideways.
There's
Look at
a
that
little
profile even. Oh my God.
All right.
Holy
Fine, I'll
mother.
rescind it.
No, you don't have to rescind it. Listen, there's nothing wrong with Daniel
In my
Levy. It's just-
brain, that's where he was. In my brain, it was like Daniel Levy with long hair. And I'm not saying that Daniel Levy's not hot. I'm just saying I thought it was more like that. But now I'm seeing the evidence, and
well, Daniel
maybe
Levy's
not the
hot if you
strongest
like
comparison.
that kind of thing. It's like, yeah, I'm into this kind of guy. But then this guy is hot if you like any kind of thing. Like this guy is like unquestionably
He's hot.
Yeah,
he's hot, but I don't trust it. It's hot. It's hot.
Oh no,
that I
he's
don't
going to be
trust.
terrible. No, he's so hot that he's going to be terrible. It's like he has to be terrible. I don't think there are good people that are this hot, right?
Yeah, and it's gonna be great watching Gary no longer have long hair privilege on the boat.
That's right.
That's
my
Colin
favorite
has long
thing.
hair too. They all
Right,
have long
but-
hair.
Yeah, and we all think Colin's hot, right? But on the boat, Gary gets everything because he's got that and that fucking man bun that he takes down. And Alex knows the power of that because he takes it down
He does.
right at the right time to turn everybody on. Oh my God.
They're
there's
all going to
just
be battling with that hair. They're all going to be doing as much as they can. They sort of look like a baseball team. Baseball players. I don't know if you've seen baseball players recently, but they all have fucked up hair, like to a T. Like they all have some weird beard. Like they have beard like that grows on like a cheek here, and they all do it as a team as like solidarity. They always look crazy, and they always have. They do like the long hair comes down, and these guys are like they're like baseball players. So.
Yeah, I don't know. All I see when I see baseball players are butts. Like that's all I can look at. I can't
They do
focus
have
on
butts.
their. Yeah, I can't.
Aaron
focus on their
Judge,
face.
I'll tell you. So anyway,
I wrote Alex hot as fuck Decky, and then Alex tells us I'm kind of wild, chaotic black sheep part of the fam. Oh, you're a black sheep. Oh,
he's the affected
poor
loner.
Alex, is the rest of your family like at Golden Corral every night? Because that's the only way you're going to be a black sheep of any family. Okay, you're the hot sheep. Okay, you're the sheep on Pornhub. You're the one on Pornhub that like they make family porn for. It's like my stepbrother, whatever. It's so hot.
I was wondering what family porn was. So then we see like
all
stuff.
like, oh yeah, guy doing a stepsister. It's like everything. It's like the stepdad or. I don't know. We've entered.
I just
really
didn't know
sick
that was
time in the
called.
world.
I didn't know that was called family porn.
I don't know what. I don't know
that
what it's
genre.
called. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. But
It's like family dinner. family meal, whatever. So now we see like things going wrong with this boat over the course of the season, like smoke, another collision about to happen, things falling over, a blender exploding, more things breaking. So and then once we get done with that, then we settle in at this marina because we're in Sardinia, by the way. And Glenn,
I said it. Thanks for listening.
Sardinia. Sorry.
Also, the captain, at the end of seeing all this stuff fall over, we just hear Captain Glenn going, "She's never let me down. She's never let me down. She's never let me down."
Are we going to have to put this boat out of its misery at the end of the season? Is it going to be like Old Yeller or something?
I think that's how this podcast should end. I feel like when we've decided that Watch What Crappens is over and it's time to move on, I just wanted Vet to come in and give me a shot and I'll slowly fade away. Promise me.
The sun setting over like the Smoky Mountains or something.
Promise me.
Be like
that's how you let me go.
No, we'll have a long descent into irrelevance. So,
that's so romantic.
Yeah. So Glenn is like, well, the first time I came to Sardinia, I always thought it was Sardinia. Is it Sardinia or is it
I keep writing Sardinia, so I don't know.
I always, in my mind, I think I just misspelled Sardinia.
You know more words than me. What did you say?
I don't know
earlier?
what's wrong with me.
What did you say earlier?
I said ossified.
He said ossified. I was like, who the fuck are you talking to? That's a lot for me. Ossified? What does that even mean? I wrote down, look up that word, and then I forgot the word, and then I also forgot to look it up.
It's like the moment you like things get set in stone, you know. I said
ossified. Oh, I like it.
It's like, yeah, it's like it's like my joke that I made 6 years ago has been ossified, and now that's the only joke I will make.
I feel like it's when Brooke finally lets you give him a BJ. Not Brooke, Brock. Finally lets you give him a BJ. It's like, you just got ossified.
Ossified.
You just got ossified.
Another ponytail person, although no longer he cut his hair. So
looks so good too. We're never going to get through this recap. I'm in a weird mood today. My face hurts.
I know, me too.
Also, it's Sardinia. I did look that up.
It is Sardinia. Okay, yes. I don't know why I had this moment of doubt, but I did. Yeah. So anyway, Glenn's like, well, my first time coming to Sardinia was when I first got my first taste of yachting, which was way back in 1984. I mean, it's got white sandy beaches, endless anchorages, beautiful turquoise water. Oh man, I can't wait for my crew to release all their terrible bodily fluids into the waters here.
And then we get some nice hot shots of Captain Glenn. Captain Glenn looking good. I mean, damn, how old is Captain Glenn? Captain Glenn's still hot as fuck. But these pictures, I was like, you're still as hot as you were in 84, sir. Keep it up. Keep it up. So then Daisy arrives and she's like, hello. That's how she hugs people. And she's telling us, at this point in my life, I imagined I'd be married, have a couple of children. Instead, here I am, still serving a bunch of assholes. I just don't understand where it all went wrong. And then she looks at the camera, not even kidding.
Yeah, she's like, but I'm happy to be back. I hope to bring the same motto as I bring every season. 19 pitas! How many pitas were in that basket?
But her motto is really, more wise, the best way. So then Colin comes and he hugs the captain. He's like, honestly, so good to be back, Captain. I've missed the boat, missed my friends. Parsifal's always so entertaining. Get the popcorn. I've left my boat in Costa Rica. We've all gone to earn money. We're going to come back together.
All right. After. So, let me talk again about the first time I came to Sardinia. That was also the first time I had Orangina. It was a great time. Wow. Just filled my mouth up with bubbles. Were you saying something, Colin?
Me and my girl parted ways, and it was right in the middle of me reading the directions off of a Trix box, which, let me tell you, there's more in that cereal than you could ever have imagined. All right.
All right. So then Colin's asking Daisy if she saw Gary. She's like, so, did you guys have any steamy makeout sessions?
She's like, shut up. Ready. Shut up. Did he tell you?
Shut up.
Did he tell you? And he's like, yeah, I heard about it. And then the captain's texting Gary. And we find out. So, Gary's got COVID. It's the worst thing. He keeps testing positive. It sucks massively.
Wow. I mean, he often tests positive for things, but this is the first time for COVID. So we don't know when he's going to come. And so then the chef arrives And she's like, well, I'm Chef Alicia, and I was in the restaurant industry for a long time. And then I started private chefing for families, and they had a small yacht. And I would go on there for a few charters, and I'd be like, why would I work in a restaurant when I could work in the elements? Am I right? I'm like, you're not like under the sea cooking for Ariel right now. You're still on a boat. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what, working in the element sounds like bloody hell to me, but more power to you, lady. And she's like, definitely, I suck myself out sometimes, but hard work is how you achieve great things. Oh, just get born to better people. Okay? That's my advice to everybody out there. Get born to better people. Find better parents. Find richer parents. Okay?
Yeah. So then Chase comes on board, and so like the biggest red flag of all time, he's like, I'm from Charleston. I was like, uh-oh. I don't think we've had a single upstanding male come out of Charleston on Bravo.
Never. Not one. And he's like, Charleston is the hospitality center of the South. Says who? I've never heard that bullshit before in my life. And from everything we've seen, that is absolutely not true. Okay? It's a show called Southern Hospitality, which, by the way, congratulations on a second season, Southern Hospitality. We love you.
I know. So he's like, we're all about being on the water, sailing, crabbing, and this is why I knew yachting is what I wanted to do. I'm like, there is a slight difference between going out on a rowboat and picking up some crabs versus working on a mega yacht, but that's okay. And I enjoy this journey for you.
Yeah. He went to Fort Lauderdale. He got a job on a big motor yacht. And he's like, and I want to retire by the time I'm 40, so I'm going to make money, money, money. I was like, you're going to need to, I don't just think bigger. You know what I mean?
You may need to rob one of those yachts. You may need to commit some crimes.
You're going to need to get somebody drunk and have them sign one of those yachts over to you to sell or something, buddy. Because
I don't think I don't think you're going to be retiring. Just so soon. So then now Alex comes on board and he's talking to Glenn, and then Colin.
No, that's not. Alex comes on board. And then Glenn is like, Daisy, this is Alex. And then Daisy's like, you're going to be with Glenn in the cabins, okay? And then Glenn's like, you sure are lucky. And then he's like, yeah, I am. I just wanted to remember Alex being on camera before I hate him, because you know I'm going to hate him in about 2 episodes. It's going to do something terrible. So let me just bask in the glory that is Alex every time he comes. Okay, you can go ahead.
I'll let you have that. So yeah, he's gonna be there with Glenn. He's staying with Glenn because Chase, since he came on first, he's gonna be with the boys in the boys' room. And Colin's like, yeah, welcome to the boys' room. We like to stay up late and giggle a lot. I hope you're okay with that. Giggle sesh with Colin Gare. You're the first guest, Chase. Excited about it? He's like, you're already not listening to me. Wow, that was quick.
I know Chase has like earbuds in already. So then Mads is like, hi, I'm Mads. And Captain Glenn's like, where are you from today? Where are you from today? Not where are you from yesterday. Where are you from today? And she's like, Florida, Boca Raton. And she tells us, I grew up in Boca. Boca Raton is a bunch of old retired people with money and boats. So getting into yachting is the only thing you can do. The hardest thing about yachting is how I look, because people think I'm going to be a bitch. It's like,
but I swear I'm a ray of sunshine. And she just scowls at the camera. A ray of sunshine that has already set, like sun that's on the other side of the planet.
Do you think she has RBF?
I can see it.
You do?
Well, I mean, I'm telling you. Well, question. Do you think Grace Zabriskie has RBF?
She has RTF.
She has
resting
ABF.
Terrified face, because she always looks terrified and everything. I don't think I've ever seen that lady play anything that's like confident. Like, they're not like, hey, we need a confident woman to run a company like Sigourney Weaver in Working Girl. Like, she's just not that. She's always like,
she's always a little bit harried. She's been through, like, her characters have always been through shit. I remember she was on Seinfeld too. Wasn't she Susan's mom on Seinfeld? I think she was. She's just been through shit no matter what. So this is sort of like Grace Zabriskie before that shit happened to her. Is Mads.
Yeah, her origin story, her origin face. So then Alex meets Mads, and Chase is, talking about Deck, and he's like, hey, Alex, you're Deck, right? You ready to crush it, bro? Let's have a great season, all right? All right. We're going to question, guys. Hey, whose turn is it for their mom to bring Cokes after the game? Whose turn is it? Going to crush it? Going to crush it, guys?
Alex is like, for sure. Sorry, bro. Can't say more than that. Gotta keep up the strong, silent mystique. So, good luck.
Sorry, I can't talk to you. Do you even lift, bro? Do you even lift, brah?
So then Lucy's on next, Lucy or Lucky, and she's like, I grew up in a small town in Wales where everyone knew everyone annoyingly. I can speak Welsh, though, to a certain extent. I mean, I can say, harsh of harsh, 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 which means thank you very much. And, oh, service station. Oh, Gosaf Guasanethie. Service station. Guasanethie.
This poor Lucy girl. Okay, she's walking onto the boat. Okay, and there's a flag blowing over the bridge, and she can't figure out how to get past the flag. Okay, so then she finally figures out that it's cloth and that you can move it. So she does that, and then she almost trips and falls. I mean, I'm gonna love this person. So then Daisy is asking the captain, "What are we gonna do with that Gary? What should I do with the boys?" And he's like, "Alex, go with Chase and make a list of what you would do, and then I'll come out and I'll just kind of point out any other things and maybe you could do, and then you guys could get started."
So they go off to do that. Basically, Glenn's like, I don't know. It's like here's some toys, kids. Go do something. So then now there's like a stew meeting, and Daisy's like, well, everyone, I have to say that last year I had drama with the second stew and the third stew, so I'm gonna make you both junior stews. And as far as I'm concerned, we're all a team. Lucy, do you have a question? Service station? Yes, we will find one for you soon. All right.
I want to make sure every charter you both get time with the guests. And Mads is like, I'm just here to learn. And Daisy's like, well, it's too early, but I'm going to show you where everything is. All right. So you do late, Lucy, because you're dumb and people are drunker at that time. And Mads, you're in the middles. And I'm in the morning because, frankly, it's my favorite time. All right, everybody. We're a team. Equal, except I'm better. Go away.
So then we learn a little bit about Alex. He's a captain of a boat in the Miami area.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
of for the afternoon.
He is. Yeah, brah.
Yeah, he probably has a whole like, hey, ladies, welcome to Miami. You guys celebrating Bachelorette today? All right, we're gonna go down to Dade and
Did someone call for a captain? Ding, 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 ding.
You know, they shot Miami Beach in parts of Miami Vice around here a little bit. So, yeah. I know things.
I like that he's going for like super current references to get in people's pants. It's like, anybody watch Miami Vice? Yeah.
That's his only frame of reference. Miami Vice, anyone?
So then he tells us a little bit about himself. He's like, I'm a socially charged person, so sometimes my energy comes from other people. I would say I'm empathetic, tough to read. I know who I am, and I know how I affect other people around me. Ding! And he winks into the camera.
Has he been in isolation for a few months? Because when he says he's socially charged, I think his battery's at 0 during this. He's like, I'm a very socially charged person. Like, can we get some people around him, please?
My energy comes from how turned on people are by me who are around me. And we see like gorgeous shots of him like modeling on his iPhone and stuff.
Yeah.
And he says he doesn't have a background in sailing, but it's probably time to take it to the next level.
So then Glenn, there's a meeting. And so Glenn is like, welcome. Well, looks like we have a good group of people here. Oh, Lucy just fell off the sofa. I don't even know how she did that, but congratulations. You guys may have noticed that our first officer, Gary, is not here at the moment. He tested positive for COVID. So if you want to laugh, I don't know if this is a laughing thing or a crying thing or whatever emotional reaction you want to have. That's okay. We'll work with it.
And Chase is like, we're a new crew. We're supposed to pick up our first charter tomorrow. I'm thinking we're screwed. People think you're too much, Chase? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Who told you that?
So yeah, Gary's not going to be coming before the first charter. It seems like it'll be a long shot. So
Gary's not going to be coming much in general. Now he's got a single Colin and Alex Man-Bun. Gary's going to be coming a lot in his hand.
Scammers are best known for living the high life, globetrotting on private jets, dining at 5-star restaurants, and driving 6-figure sports cars. That is, until their house of cards collapses and they're forced to trade it all in for handcuffs and an orange jumpsuit. Scamfluencers is a podcast from Wondery, hosted by Sarah Hagee and Sachi Cole, that tells the unbelievable true stories behind some of the world's most infamous scams, swindlers, and con artists. Scamfluencers has covered jaw-dropping scandals, from Ponzi schemes to a fake Saudi prince to a sexual predator masquerading as a wholesome yoga guru. These scammers cost their victims hundreds of millions of dollars and immeasurable emotional anguish. So how does our culture allow them to thrive? Each story on Scamfluencers will take you along the twists and turns, the impact on victims, and what's left when the facade falls away. Follow Scamfluencers wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen ad-free on the Amazon Music or Wondery app.
It's going to be happening this season.
That'll be happening.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
Yeah.
So then Glenn's like, well, as far as I'm concerned, all the department heads, they are God in their departments. So pay attention to them and bow down to them. And Chase goes, he's like, dude, we got no boss. Like, I guess we're just going to show what we're made of, huh? In my case, it's 95% crabs that I got from, well, not those crabs. I mean, actual crabs I got from a boat. But those two, I guess. All crabs.
I'm from Charleston. So the captain pulls Colin aside, and he's like, well, what I'm thinking is you should step into chief officer role. I don't know. Just let me know if you need anything. And Colin's like, Gary has 2 years experience on this boat. Me having to try and fill that role, such big hair nets to fill. I'm going to have to grow my bun even bigger.
So now it's time to clean the boat, and Glenn FaceTimes Gary to see how he's doing. And Gary's like, oh, hello, Glenn. Well, I'm feeling fine. I'm waiting for a negative COVID test.
And then Glenn's like, well, just get back ASAP. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao. So Daisy and Alicia are talking, and Daisy's saying, listen, you're a chef, so we all know you're going to be a monster eventually, all right? But I'm going to try and give you communication. And if I give you messages, no, it's not coming from me, because I don't give a shit about anything that happens, really. It's coming from upstairs. You got it? And Alicia's like, communication's my favorite as well. I'll just let you know when you're being a bitchy McStupid face right then. Oh, I'm going to have trouble with this one.
Yeah. So then Colin is now working in the engine room, just doing his thing, doing his Colin thing. And then something's wrong. So he's like, Glenn, Colin, can you come to the engine room? Well, it depends. Are you going to tell me a story about your ex-girlfriend? Maybe. Oh, I think I'm going to go on break right now. Sorry. But there's also an issue. Okay, fine. I'll be there in a second.
So he comes down, and Colin's like, my engine's not starting, Captain. He's like, well, are you thinking of something sexy? Or, just calm down. Don't stress yourself out about it. It's just natural. Not that kind of engine. Oh, okay. What kind? The actual engine that's right there. Oh, well, that's funny, because this boat has never let me down. Never let me down. Never let me down.
We just crossed the Atlantic to get here. I mean, we did run over about 3 blue whales in the process, but I think the boat should probably be fine. There was an iceberg, too.
I love
and then we did get attacked by pirates. And then there was that time we sort of sank, and then a tugboat just brought us here the rest of the way. But I think the boat's fine.
It should be fine. Give it an oil change. So then Colin keeps trying to hotwire this engine, and Captain has a meeting with Daisy, Alicia, and Colin in the dining room. And then it just cuts to Lucy going, I hate pubes. And now we're looking at preference sheets.
Charter 1, 8 people. Okay, Stephanie works in sales in Austin, Texas. And she's going to bring a group of her best friends, and they're excited to experience sailing on such a large sailboat. Specifically, the act of being out on the water and not on the dock with a boat that's moving.
They want an EDM party, a beach party, steak, seafood, and they want truffle oil on everything. Oh, that's so tacky. And Colin's like, well, what's the plan if the engine doesn't run? And Daisy's like, what? He's like, don't give up, dude. Half of the fuel for a boat is dreams. That's not true. That's verifiably untrue, though, isn't it?
So then we cut back to Lucy and Mads, and Lucy's making small talk. So she's like, do you have any brothers or sisters? Do they like service stations? And Mads is like, oh, that's what keeps me humble. I've got brothers. People can talk shit to me all day, and it's fine. But I just like to play around. Like, I'm like an eternal child. Like, even if I'm like talking shit, it's like genuinely a joke. And like, some people will create arguments and I'll be like, bro, it's a joke.
I grew up with brothers who call me fatty. What do you want from me? And Lucy's like, same. I mean, they say we've grown up, right? Ow! Why did you just put that iron on your head?
I thought I was calling the service station. Hello, service station. Ow! This phone is hot.
So Colin calls Glenn down again because it doesn't look electrical, and we get horror music. And
Wah, wah, wah.
It's just scary. So Colin's like, here's the lowdown. It's too hard to turn over by hand. Well, they have a lot of toys for that kind of thing now. There's no shame. Not that, the engine. It's probably
lubricant.
It's probably the engine or a gearbox, but the only way to tell is to separate the gearbox from the engine. And the captain's like, well, here's what I know. We need a motor, so if we can't start the engine, we're fucked.
Just put up the sails. Just let the wind take you wherever you need to go, So Colin's like, I don't even know what the best case scenario is. So it's like very dramatic. So now Daisy is talking. She's very impressed with her girls so far. And she's like, oh, I love their initiative and their common sense. They're going to be a mini Daisy 1 and mini Daisy 2. And soon they'll be walking all over this boat screaming about pita bread. I'm so proud.
No, so now people are kind of done working, except for Colin, and everyone's having a beer on deck and getting to know each other. And Alicia's like, new fan, bam! It's like, oh, too soon. So then Chase is like, someone's got to be missing someone from home, right? And Daisy goes, I haven't met someone since like 1999.
And then Lucy has a really salient observation. She goes, I love how we're all blonde. I went brown once. Never again. Oh, God, I love being blonde.
And then this is where Alex is like, oh, yeah, we're talking about hair. And then he pulls down his man bun and flicks his hair around. And he's like, that's not very nice.
Yeah. Hey, you ever see Miami Vice? It's a great show. So then they're basically, things are just terrible with this engine. So they're not going to be moving until tomorrow. And because it's the engine's out of control. So then Lucy is talking and she's like, I'm so clumsy. I broke my nose when I was drunk once. I went like that. Boom. And I smacked it right in the middle. And I broke my nose after that happened. It's crazy. Thank God I'm blonde.
So Glenn's like, well, we have an engine. We have an engine with the main engine. We're not going off the dock. We have to keep these guys entertained somehow. So what are we going to do? And Chase is basically like, well, I mean, we don't have anybody to show us how to run this boat anyway, so it's probably good that we're stuck here, right? So now everybody's going to bed, and Lucy tries to get in her bed and can't get up there. And she's like, does anyone think I'm going to be able to get up here pissed? How's this going to work? Like we've already seen in the previews how this is going to work.
I wish I had learned the Welsh word for ladder. Oh. So now it's the next morning and people are waking up and Daisy's talking about how Gary, like last year, had like special coffee in the kitchen. And Alicia's like, oh, you miss him, don't you? And she's like, absolutely not. And Colin's like, well, he's talking about how he's not going to be able to help out on the deck that much today because he has to work on this engine. So he's just trying to show the guys everything he knows and just hopes it all works out for the best. So already this is
a disaster.
This is not a great way to start the season.
This is this show because every other below deck seems to have it so together, and this show is always, it's like everything's taped together on this one.
Yeah.
And so Chase is talking about like maybe they could do some water. He's like, whoa, Alex, what are we going to do? I mean, I'm from the hospitality center of the South. I mean, if we can't take them out, maybe we can do some water sports with them. What do you think about that? Do you think they'll catch balls? Like, if you throw a ball, do you think their natural reaction is going to be to catch the ball? And Alex is like, hey, man, no stress. That's what I believe in. No stress.
No woman, no cry, right? So then there's more cleaning, and Gary calls in to Glenn. And so I'm assuming at this point it's like oh, guess what? He's ready to go. But he got another positive result. And he goes, well, I don't really understand. I mean, I'm sleeping on my pillow and like I'm breathing out onto my pillow. So if I do have COVID, then I'm just like breathing the COVID back in again. It's like a domino effect. Glenn goes, yeah, no, I don't.
I don't think it works, like that. He's like, oh, okay. Well, the engine isn't working. And he's like, maybe Colin can take them out on the Tinder for a cruise or something like that. Maybe she should suggest something like
that. So now it's 30 minutes until charter. They're all getting into uniform. Lucy knocks things out of a closet. I don't remember what she knocked out, but she knocked things out of it. And then they're just all getting ready. There's like champagne, popping champagnes. And Alicia is late. She's like still in the kitchen and everything. So like the guests are arriving and Alicia's still in the bathroom getting changed. And Daisy's like, Alicia!
So we see her running. So we know that she's going to have a problem with time. Okay, that's what we learned from Alicia.
That's going to be the thing.
So then Daisy's like, well, it's not going to be easy for Glenn to be the bearer of bad news, but it's up to me to have the pressure to give them lifetime memories. So the goal is to keep the plates full, the glasses topped, and the memory gone.
Well, ladies, that was nice, Daisy. Hey, ladies, welcome on to Parsifal, or as we're calling it now, Parsifal. Anyway, bad news. The engine's broken, and we're all probably going to sink if we stay on this thing much longer, so we're just going to enjoy it while we can.
All right, have fun with Daisy. Just drops that on him and just walks right away. And the lady's like, Glenn, you're breaking our hearts. Hey, ladies, when are we getting drunk?
Yeah, so they go on the tour. They get their little snacks and everything. And Alicia's saying how it's her first meal, so she has a lot of pressure to really knock it out of the park because she knows like everyone is wondering like, can she actually cook? So she wants to like kill it right now.
So she's making mac and cheese, truffle, or she's making mac and cheese balls, basically. She's like, this needs to be the most, this needs to be the classiest shit I've ever served. And she serves mac and cheese balls. But she does pour truffle oil all over them.
Yeah. So, so the guests are just like, hey, can we do something? Like, I just don't want to sit here and drink all day, which is exactly what they wind up having to do.
They're wasting like 30 minutes.
They are. This is like they have not been drinking in a long time. They are blitzed.
So they're like, what are our options, y'all? And the captain's like, well, we can go on Tinder. We can play with toys. You know, there's no shame in that now. Not that kind, Captain. Keep it in your pants. Like, oh, no actual water toys. But it is really pretty in this area, so we can go look at that. And someone's like, but tomorrow we're leaving off the dock, right? It's like, lady,
just
the engine's broken, okay? The engine is broken, ma'am. You're going to have to wait. And then we see this chick named Anne-Marie, and we're warned that she has grouch face because she's like, But then as it goes through, I think that's just her face. And I love her. I've fallen in love with her face by the end. I'm kind of jealous.
I actually love all these women. I wish I were on this charter with them. They just look like they're having the most fun. It's a little puzzling why they chose to do an EDM party, but I'm still down for it.
I think Below Deck doesn't really give you a choice anymore. None of these people are actually coming up with this stuff. They're like, here's what we've got for the season. Take your pick. Because they have an EDM party every year. I've never heard anyone ask to go to an EDM party. Well, except my friend Mike, who's dating my older friend Michael. He likes it because, he's young.
He's young.
But like a group of older ladies from Austin are not going to be asking for an EDM party, okay?
No, they're not.
But they're funny. They are good. They are a good group of
people. They just, I just feel like I could just like get drunk with them and just like talk shit about Marshalls,
Yeah.
Or like, like be like, it's like, what you need to get. Okay. This is what you need to get. Waffle iron. I'm telling you, you think it's single use, you can do so much with it. Just get one, okay? And I'm like, yes, I'm getting it now.
I've cooked bacon in a waffle iron. You can use that shit for anything. I'm not even kidding you, ladies. So Daisy's like, well, what you need to do is send Alex, because he's hot and the guests will love that eye candy.
Yeah. So he apparently really loves a show called Miami Vice or something like that. I don't know. It's boring me to tears of talking about it. So, so while they're figuring that out, so they all get on this tender ride, and one girl goes, "Well, when the cat's away, the mice will play." I'm like, I think you just got away from more mice. I think the cat's been away for a while. She's like, is your boss on this yacht? What's happening?
They're so drunk. So Daisy's like, we're aiming for 8 for dinner because they're hammered. And then it just cuts to the ladies trying to paddleboard, but they're not only falling off, they're falling like headfirst into the paddleboard. Like they're not even aiming it. They're just flopping all over and laughing their asses off.
I think they're trying to do like surfboard yoga or something like that. Like it's definitely like it's just like it's very chaotic. It's just definitely the energy of this show.
Yeah.
They're the Parsifals of surfboards.
Yeah. So then Daisy is talking to Alicia and asking what dinner is. And Alicia's like, local sardini and dinner. And Daisy's like, I don't know what that means, but is it going to be family style or plated?
And meanwhile, down in the engine room, Colin's like, oh no. But look what so it's bad news happening in the engine room. And so Glenn meanwhile, while that's happening, it's like a million things happening on the show at once. And I'm like, wait, what happened next? The tender comes back and Glenn is like, hi ladies. Well, ladies, whenever you ladies are ready, we'll get you off. Like, Glenn. Oh, whoa, he really has a toy for that. Wow. He's really going for it.
Yeah, that one I really meant. So then they're getting ready for dinner. They find out that, but the captain finds out that he's going to have to call on the actual Caterpillar manufacturers to come fix this engine because there's no other way to fix the engine. So everybody starts getting set up for this EDM party. And the ladies are there for dinner, and one of the ladies goes, hey, Karen, you look like Aphrodite with that hair. And she goes, when I die, I'm going to come back as a man, so I don't have to do any of this shit. I can just put on boxer shorts and be bald and just be like, peace.
I loved Karen so much because she was wasted while she was saying it too.
Karen is my
on her
fucking
eyeball.
hero. Yeah, so she has like some big fake ponytail on anyway. It's not like she made that much effort. But
she was
hilarious.
so great. And the women are just like wasted. They're just so wasted. And this one lady, she just sits down in the chair and just like she just falls over right onto the and she's like, ha! And it did not read as fake to me. It read like, oh, this is probably something that happens to her a lot.
She falls backwards, and then Karen goes, oh my God, it happened to the fun one. It happened to the fun one. And the lady who fell goes, I love how you all came to the rescue. I mean, what the hell? Only Ashley from all the way across the table is going to help me? Thanks a lot, bitches. And then they give her another chair, and she sits down. She's like, oh, this is good. And she like leans back to make sure she's not going to fall. She falls again. Dead.
Those chairs. Wow. Everything just falls over on this show at all times. Everything. I just got news. There's salt water in that chair's engine. Wow. Yeah. What a rough season premiere.
That's so funny. So then Alex is getting his EDM makeup done by Lucy. And he's like, this is intimate. I don't just let anyone do my makeup. God, I'm just feeding off your energy. Hey, listen, if you put a cock on my face... you're gonna be in trouble. All right.
Yeah, here it comes. It's happening now. Alex, your moment of bliss with Alex is starting to fade. I'm sorry to tell you this.
No, I still love him. He just said, "Don't put a cock on my face."
I also like that Lucy then she was like painting Chase's torso, and she wrote on his torso, she wrote, I love EDM. It's an EDM party. It's like, so shouldn't we do that? Like, he loves EDM, doesn't he?
So the crew goes and parties with the guests, right, to give them this EDM party. The guests are wasted. The crew looks ridiculous with all this paint all over them. Chase is hilarious. Like, he's trying to be like dance sexy, and it's just not working at all. And a lady goes, can you give me a lap dance? And he goes over there and he just bends over and starts like bumping up against her pelvis like she's boning him. I was like, where have you worked? No wonder you feel like Charleston is a hospitality center. You work for your money.
Listen, you don't just get a job at Republic. Okay, you gotta show off some moves in order to get up there.
God.
So now everyone is eventually just like going to bed. There's one drunk lady who's painting Alex's knee. She's taking it very seriously. And then now they just all go to bed.
This is so good. She's painting his knee. She's just painting a circle on his knee.
Just a circle.
She goes, so here's the deal. My sister is so much artsier and fartsier than me. And he goes, well, maybe after this you can send her a picture of my knee and be like, hey, Mom, look, we're both talented.
And what's funny is they show, like, when we first see her and she's painting it, it's like a close-up, and she has such focus, and she has the brush, and I thought it was going to be like this beautiful knee kind of painting, and it's literally just a red circle. It's just a red circle.
So funny. So now they go to bed, like I said. And Chase wakes up and, well, we see Alex working all night. So we know he wasn't just lazy. And yes, I am sticking up for Alex because I want to put my cock in his face. I floated the idea. And we see him working, and Chase is on morning. So he wakes up and he's like, this should have been done last night. Fucking body paint everywhere.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's like the body paint police. And then Daisy's telling Colin that she thinks the guests are going to be disappointed if they can't get off the dock and everything. And then Sardinia's, cat crew arrives.
The Caterpillar team arrives.
The Caterpillar team. Caterpillar Squad.
Dun, dun, dun.
New to A&E. Caterpillar Squad.
Caterpillar
Squad. So
So
they come on board, and they start looking around at the stuff, and they're like, oh my God, they're like, look at this evaporation in the system. And the problem is, like, you have to move the aftercooler to see where it's broken. And it's so funny because I'm watching it as if I'm like an expert, because they show like inside the afterburner and there's like water in there. And I was like, that looks terrible. And I'm like, I don't know what looks terrible. I'm like, guys, look at the water in this aftercooler on below deck. Say, like, this.
Oh my God, you guys!
Shocking.
Could you believe that the cooler wasn't working and now there's salt water in there? That was just hard to watch. That was
just like when they pulled off the top of the aftercooler, and I saw that, and I saw what was going on in there. I was like, they're lucky to be alive.
We're all lucky to be alive, frankly, even having to see it. So they're like, we can't do this for 14 days, basically. And the captain's like, what? Why would you call a company called Caterpillar and expect them to move quickly?
Because once they're done with their job, they'll have a beautiful, flourishing engine.
Yeah, they're going to take 2 weeks, and then they're going to be too hot to do the work. They're just going to fly away.
The engine's going to be just wrapped up in silk. This is crazy, by the way. 14 days. I'm assuming that what's going to happen is they say, or you can just get a new engine and we can have that installed later today.
Yeah,
it's gotta be.
That's what. Hopefully they get that new engine, because that's what I was thinking. But also, why would you do an across the Atlantic? What do they call those where they make the long
passage?
A passage.
A passage.
Why would you do a passage and not have an engineer coming to check the boat? Why would you wait until the day before charter starts? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's crazy. There's no way. I have to say, I was actually a little gobsmacked by this cliffhanger. I was like, 14 days? We are shooting a TV show here, guys. How could they do this to us?
Yeah, so not everyone.
How do they do it?
As forgiving as these ladies, that's for sure. So, everybody, that brings us to the end of Below Deck Sailing Yacht. Run over to watchwhatcrappens.com for tickets to our live shows coming up next week, starting again. Also, go to patreon.com/watchwhatcrappens if you want this video. Hi, people on demand.
Hi.
Thank you for being here, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Dana C. Dana Do. She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas. She don't miss no trickolas. Jamie. She has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber.
Sipped some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying. It's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
You're never alone with Lacey Monteleone.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
The Bay Area Betches. Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. We want to hang with Liz Lang. The incredible edible Matthews sisters. Nancy Cease and Desisto.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey, Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.